So, World v. World. World versus World. What is it? And how do you get started? I've really got 2 videos to film here from a beginner talking to beginners about everything I wish I'd learned not that long ago. I have gotten my Warclaw, which is my mount in World v. World, and I have unlocked my ability to glide in it. And I want to kind of share everything I wish I'd learned. Let me turn down game sound here and enter World v. World. And I'm going to zone into this. We're going to film it live or whatever this is. This is my live setup for those of you that don't know I stream on Twitch, so ignore the Stream Raiders thing. Thank you to all the people that support us over there. Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. And on Fridays we do Guild Wars 2, assuming there's not like, you know, FanFest or something like that going on. So I've logged in to the game. In the top of your thing, once you've hit max level, you should be doing this. World v. World is going on. At the moment of this filming, there's an event going on that gives extra experience. It is called the... I don't know. Call of War. World v. World is going to grant 25% extra World v. World reward track progress and 100% of the experience, and then 50% magic find inside World v. World. Very cool. There's different events at different times, so I'm sure that may be subject to change. You can also use experience boosters, which actually tack down the number of time you have. So if you log out, timer stops. When you log back in, I don't know how, I think it stops, seems to stop. And when you log back in, you've got more time on the clock, and those stack. So you need to get in here. What is World v. World? World v. World takes groups of servers and groups them onto 3 teams, green, blue, and red. I'm on red. And they possess zones. They run around in big groups, and they fight to control these different sized buildings, everything from small little camps up to like a giant castle in the middle. And they do so through a number of ways. There's a lot you can learn about it. It's very like Age of Empires or ESO, where you're running around, there's battering rams and catapults and all of that. But the biggest thing you need to know is that this is its own progress. And so Brian called me today and said he wanted to level all of his characters before getting into all this stuff. And I said, I think you're doing it wrong. And here's why. Inside World v. World, as you're doing reward track, which you open up and you pick right here, you have reward tracks and you can pick which one is active. There is one called the Warclaw War Track. The Warclaw is the mount in the zone. Having mounts that are available in other zones, you can't bring them in here. And so you need the Warclaw to mount in this zone. They're beautiful cats. And if I go to achievements and I go to competitive, under World v. World Warclaw, you need to complete the companion quest here. It's a 10-part quest, and the most time-constraining one of that is to complete the Warclaw reward track inside that reward tracks here. It requires 20,000 experience, the same as all these other ones, and you've got to complete that all the way through. And so doing that during an event is amazing. Now, as you're getting different rewards, these little rewards here can have tomes of knowledge in them for leveling your alts. They give free levels. They're account bound. I can go put them in a shared thing and send them off to my alt. They look like little books like this. I've put all mine in the bank for the day, so I don't have any on me, but they let you level your alts just fine. And so you can progress in that way. You can just jump right in. So what you want to do is you need to log in and you need to get a mount, because having a mount in these zones is pivotal. It's absolutely pivotal. And the best way to get a mount in these zones is to jump to a zone that has, let me see if I can find one, a squadron captain on it, whatever they're called, a commander, and a commander is going to show up as a little pink icon on the map. And that little pink icon, you're literally going to be able to click on it and click join squad and then just follow them. Just follow them. That is the first thing I wanted to say and kind of introduce people to World v. World. Now, with that said, that's how you get started. That's what you need to know. Get into World v. World, follow a squadron leader. After that, everything else can be asked in here. People will answer. If you get it wrong, that's okay. That's the most important thing you do. As I open up my achievements here and I go to Warclaw, it's going to ask you for some other things as well. Those are going to be things that you get from your Warclaw vendor. There's a Warclaw vendor around here somewhere. You're looking for a cat. Oh, there's one. All right. You're looking for a Warclaw tender. I wasn't used to where it was on this map. And these vendors will help you with everything that you need to buy. They cost currencies that you're going to get inside this zone. So don't worry about that. As you're grinding the reward track, you're going to have everything you need. And that will get you your Warclaw, all the different parts you need for that event. That some of those achievements also require that you take like a keep and a tower and all of that stuff. That's going to happen as you follow people around. And so anytime you get a chance to see people take a type of building you've never taken before, go join in. It is absolutely epic. That's everything I needed to tell Brian. He's going to have a ton of questions along the way. People are going to let you know all that stuff down below and all the stuff I missed and being optimal. There's a ton more to learn here, but just jump in, just get started. So I just wanted to toss that out and invite people to get started in World v World and do it during all the events this summer as we build towards End of Dragon. Anytime you log in and you see there's an event that's going to increase rewards in World v World, go do that. It will surprisingly help you towards your other goals. It's incredibly important. Now, with all of that said, what is all of this other stuff going on the UI? Okay, you're ready to jump in. First of all, up here at the top, this is the amount controlled by each team and how you got to that amount. Very Settlers of Catan. Here's your points. You're going to get those points every 5 minutes. And so those are going to help you along your progress. Supply here is used for building or repairing your buildings. You pick up supply inside places you control. And so it's these little barrels here, Supply Depot, and they will recharge from caravans running to it. That can be reused to rebuild walls and stuff for structures, also build things like rams and trebuchets and catapults. There are different qualities of those. When you run around in a group, it'll show you in the party UI how much supply the entire party has. Down here on the right, you can check on this and you have the participation. As long as you're participating, this will count up. You can see mine's ticking down. It'll cap at 195 reward track points that ticks in every time, as well as how that's working towards your next thing on your reward track. And so it helps just make sure that you're staying active in the zone. And so that will help there. Beyond that, you just need to be in here having a good time. Don't necessarily worry about your build. Don't necessarily worry about that. Would it be better? Of course it'd be better. But like for now, just focus on getting in and having fun. The masteries in this zone are going to actually help you. See if I can find where those are. World v World. Rank and attributes. As you rank up inside this zone, you have these kind of mastery style points. I would put one in war gliding right away so that you can glide inside territories you own. That's going to be hugely helpful. And then I would put the second one right here, which will unlock the war companion achievement so that you can get your war call progression. That's where I'd put the first two. You can see I haven't even started placing the rest of mine because all of this stuff looks good. And so you've got to sit there and spend some time thinking about it. These get very, very, very expensive, but they all do fancy things that are going to improve kind of your World v World experience. Those are the two that have absolutely changed the way I play. And so I would encourage you to do that. Hopefully that is enough to get you started, get you in here. You can actually go around and sometimes capture camps, these little side things by yourself. If something is not capturable, it will tell you, it'll have a timer on it on how long until it's capturable again. And so it'll tell you this is protected from capture for another 3 minutes, so they couldn't capture if they wanted to. But otherwise, you just kill the NPCs there and then stand on it and take the point like you would in small person PvP, and what's going to stop you is other players. And so we can see a commander here. I can join that squad, and it will require an invite there, is what that says, but sometimes they don't. So I assume that's just a permission. I don't really know. This is my beginner tutorial into what Brian had wanted me to share with him over the phone and change the way he was going to play this week as he tries to level up more characters. This is a great way to get in and take advantage of all the rewards. There are upcoming events that give rewards to all sorts of content, from fractals to World v World and so on. Outside of your dailies, you know, finish your dailies in whatever kind of content you want rewards from, and do whatever the game is currently rewarding unless you're not having fun. World v World is an absolute blast. When you think about content in Guild Wars, think about it as a series of islands in a big archipelago. So each time they add a new piece of content, people have to come in and they have to earn their way up that new content. So you have to come in here and you have to earn your ability to mount here, even though you already have the ability to mount in other content. And if you touch fractals for the first time, you're going to have to learn what agony resistance is. It doesn't matter if you have 10 or 15,000 hours of content and everything else. You're going to have to learn about the system that makes that part of it unique. That's how the lateral progression in this game works. Enjoy Guild Wars 2. Enjoy these events this summer. Thank you so much for listening to me just kind of share what I wish I'd known from one beginner to another and talk about gaming, kinda.